my wife should be a professional vacuum tester. For a manufacturer, because
no, God, please, no!
If they can ever design one that she can't tear up, the world will change. Because let me tell you something, this woman can destroy any vacuum cleaner in record time. I started to tear this one down already. I didn't know I was going to get this deep into it, or I would have started filming a little earlier. I've just been chasing screws. I'm trying to get to the base of the motor wiring. Let's see, I got a screw, that one's loose. So this should separate. There we go. Bingo. Okay. Now, there are the two wires that come. Looks like it goes right into the motor. The motor still turns, but when it's plugged in, oh well, you know, that may have been it. I had my hot glue gun plugged in. Maybe that's why it wouldn't start. That was totally my fault there. She said it wouldn't power up at all. I said, bring it out here to me earlier today. And when I went in to get dressed to go listen to it, well, look at there. So I plugged in my hot glue gun because the cord was laying down there on the floor next to it. And it didn't come on, so I'm thinking, well, the motor's turned off, we got a bad switch or something, right? But that's okay, because are we watching this here? Can you see this? That is one of those soft balls that shoots out of the gun and will leave a welt on your butt if you get hit just right. She sucked that up. But this is okay, because at least now I can go through this thing and clean it up the right way. Vacuum cleaners, I've found over the years dealing with my wife, who she seems to be able to suck up a 67 Chevy in these things. If your hoses are clean, your filters are clean, these things will draw. One thing that will happen over years is dust, debris, and everything will get in on the little fan blades that are plastic, and they'll start to wear them down. Now that will damn sure cut the performance. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crank up the compressor. I'm going to get my air tool, and I'm going to blow this thing here off, and then I'll come back and start assembling everything clean. And then we'll have these expandable hoses here. These are just super bad about grabbing and getting things clogged up. If you'll take a wire, let me see if I can grab one real quick. Get you a pair of vice grips, pair of needle nose, anything like that, right? Now, I'm going to grab them down in the jaw there. put you a little guy like that. That's actually bent just a little bit too far. There we go. Now, and then you take on the other end, you want to take and bend your little handle like that. Now you can stick it down in that hose like this here, and when you turn it like this here, it'll get entangled in the hairs or whatever, like this here, and then you can, as you're turning, kind of pull up, and it will pull all kinds of crap out of there. And you want to try to get a wire that's as long as your hose is before it's stretched out. And you take and you run it in there.
Oh,
See
yeah.
here. Look at that. See how that works? Just spin it. This here. Keep turning it as you kind of pull out a couple of inches, and turn a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Let's see if we caught anything this time. No, I think that cleared most of it there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in from the other end. I think he spit the hook out right there. Yep, look at that. Ta-da! Looking at this here. And then more of that. Now, I can utilize that to get that out of there. When you stick it down in there, you can feel if you have any restriction. Okay, now that we've got the lion's share, then you can build one of these. You can get this wire many places, but I own a hobby shop, and this is a servo control wire, and I think that this, or control rod, this thing here is 36 inches long and is about the thickness of a number 2 pencil lead, actually a little smaller than that. And that right there will save you a bunch of money and vacuum repair bills or replacement. Another one is these right here. These little hoses that are right by the motor, they usually have these real hard turns in them, and those are subject to getting something caught in them, and you can gain access by moving the roller and coming back up that way. Okay, so this thing's fixed. It just needs to be reassembled. I'm gonna go blow it, clean it out, and be back with you in a minute. Now, got the motor blown out. The wheelhouse here, all of this dead skin, toenails, boogers, and butt flakes, and other gross things that you suck up in your vacuum cleaner you want to clean this out. This is all plastic. You can actually put this in your dishwasher, not on a hot cycle though, and it will clean it like brand new. If you do that, you want to make sure and sit it out in the sun, shake it, flip it over and all that, and get all the moisture out before you put it back together, because if you don't, that moisture will grab a hold of every little piece of dirt that comes in there, and it will plug it up faster than you can turn it on. So what I'm using to wipe this down, because I'm putting it together, right back together, I'm using alcohol because it'll evaporate and there will not be any moisture left inside the machine. Okay. But this little bit of gobbledygook that is on this plastic, what it is, it's like stalagmites or stalactites that just grab onto things as they come flying by. I believe that goes there. I did not get a good look at this thing coming apart. Let me go blow this off. Two different kinds of dirts here. You got the dirt that blows off, and then the dirt that is stuck. And this dirt that is stuck is like glue to anything new that's coming into the unit foreign. Any foreign objects that come in, that stuff will grab a hold of it. Okay, so I know this goes here. Snaps in like this, and I'm aware that there's a lot of stuff that needs to go in there first. However, I'm just trying to piecemeal all this together so I can get an idea, get this cleaned off here. Dirty. Okay, there's that. There's this button. A little bit. You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to fix stuff. That goes in there. This goes. It's just a puzzle. This probably only, yep, that only goes in one way. See how that works there? And I apparently, when I was running the screws down, okay, that doesn't go like that. That's going to go like that. And apparently when I was yanking everything apart, I got in there and pulled a screw out, or there might be something else that goes down in there too. I might have to pull that back out. We'll see. Put this lid back on here for a minute. Get all this. Sorry my table's so messy, but I have a very busy shop. I've got stuff going on all of the time. And when the wife needs something done, I just have to push my stuff to the side. looks like this here was the next victim. Pull this here out. Yeah, you can't be afraid to take stuff apart. Once you learn a good method, to remember how things came apart, so you can just do things backwards. It kind of takes all the fear out of taking things apart. I'm not a TV guy or an electronics repair guy either, but I've fixed a lot of TVs. Just opening things up and seeing, say, hey, that there does not look like the others. Something is wrong in this area here because it looks burnt or whatever. And then get a number off of it, run down to Radio Shack, back when you could do that. Buy the part, put it in there. If it blows up again, you know we're out 50 cents, but if it comes on, then you're a hero. Let's see here. This. Get a few of these guys here started. We'll be able to start really rocking and rolling. Problem is, I didn't do as I preached. I didn't take pictures of it when I was taking it apart. I didn't know it was going to be this entailed to get this thing apart. And it is quite the puzzle. Oh, here we go. Look at here now. There's a screw that goes down inside here. Okay, to hold that together. Then there's one that goes over the top of that screw that you can't even, makes that first screw completely out of sight. Those sneaky dudes. One thing I did a long time ago, I used to break stuff trying to force it apart. If it's not coming, there's a screw hidden somewhere or there's a clip hidden somewhere, and you just really got to slow down at that point just and investigate. There's really no such thing as something that can't be taken apart. You know, if you think about it, because somebody had to put it together. You know, unless it's been, you know, molded or welded, plastic welded or something like that together. Okay, I just want to make sure there wasn't a screw. That was I didn't need to do that because there wasn't a screw under there, but if there was a screw under there, I did need to do that. Another thing, always make sure your screw fits your screwdriver. Not just because a Phillips fits in there, that doesn't mean it's the right one. There's different depths and different thicknesses. This really is not, this fits it okay, but it's not really the perfect screwdriver for it. Let's see. That one's not really either, but it's the only one that I've got that's got a long tip on it. See, I got a whole bunch here, all different sizes. And this one right here is the perfect fit. When it fits in there, it doesn't rock, it doesn't move. It kind of feels like it's all one piece. And see, look, I can hold the screw that way or that way. That's the right bit for this screwdriver. And if you use this bit, it won't strip them out. But I've got a lot of them. I've got to get way down in there, and this is the only size I've got on my tip, my speed tip. So when I was a kid, they had guys that owned businesses, vacuum cleaner, repair businesses. That's all they did was worked on vacuum cleaners, and those guys made a good living. There was also some vacuum stores would branch out and they would fix toasters and little ovens, the stovetop or the countertop ovens. Any appliance, they'd fix anything. Everything was fixed back in the day. I remember my grandmother's toaster when I was a kid over 50 years ago. She had that toaster until I was 35, and they got it at as a wedding present. They probably had that. They probably had that toaster for 50 years, and now we're lucky to have one for 50 weeks. The world's just different. They build things to throw away. But if you're real careful, take care of your stuff, it too can last. Not quite the times they used to, but okay, am I forgetting anything? I've got, that goes on the handle, that goes on the back side, this goes on the back. We all know where that goes. And then there's this thing here, and then a pile of screws. Looks to me like this is going to be the next. Let me stop. Okay, gotta look for screws and what they do. And I've got something here. See here, that goes there. Nope. Must be. Screw there, screw there. Screw there, coming from the bottom side. Remember that screw we put in? Told you we might be taking that out. Comes through from right there. Okay, so this falls, I think we're going to be okay. Oh, it just fell. Okay, so this is going to be a problem trying to get this snapped into place without this falling out, right? So you just got to be smarter than your average bear. So this thing can only go one way. And we know that this here has to be facing this, correct? Turn it like that, turn it like that. But when we try to put this lid on, since there's no screw, the screw comes in from underneath, and we've got to get this in place. Every time I do that, it's going to fall out, right? Well, let's see what we can do about that. One thing I could do put a little dab of hot glue in it. I don't know why that wouldn't hold it, right? But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a piece of tape. I'm going to stick that up through here. Let me find that. There's the keyway there. Okay. I'm going to put that up through here. And then I'm going to find where it... Now look. Now it ain't gonna fall. A little piece of hot, or a little bit of hot glue would have worked fine too. But tape's handy. Alright, now I'm having a little bit of a problem trying to get this thing here lined up. There, nope. There's one. There we go. Bingo. Flip her over on the side. Okay. It's not falling into place yet. I still gotta tell you what I am going to do though right now, because this is a bear. I got that lid off. I'm going to put that little belt on. Somewhere. See, I was kind of snapping some things around, trying to get things to move, push the buttons in and out. So let's see here. There is one right here. Hey, which one I'm really? Oh, I think that one. That button goes way up in there, so I'm going to put some here on a corner. And I'm not going to tighten it down tight. I'm just going to put about 2 turns on it. Funny thing is that if you got 4 or 5 screws you got to put in something, don't want to tighten them all, the first one all the way down. You want to put them in loose, and that way the that way you can shift everything. Let's see what we got going on there. Move this out of the way real quick. That's going to be a problem. That's got to go way up in here to that hole. Okay, so I found one. My screw will almost stay in there. It's not perfect. Okay, but see, I'm getting kind of lucky. But what I'm going to do is I am going to magnetize this thing. Next time you throw out an old speaker, bust that magnet off there. Or you can buy you some little earth magnets. Trust me, the more money you spend on them, the stronger, the better they'll be. See, like these little guys there, look. So just by rubbing that on there, that's going to make things magnetic for a while. But also you can leave that magnet on the base of the screwdriver, like this here, or like that there, and it's going to make it even stronger. But the problem is, you don't have a lot of surface area there. Set that there. Make sure not to put that next to your damn phone. You'll be in trouble. Put this back here. Alrighty. And then there is a screw that goes in here. Just enough to get it to stay in the hole. Isn't this fun? So you hear that popping? That's a sure sign that this bit's not the right size. Okay, so now I need to get this thing flipped over. Boy, I can't imagine having to do this for a living every day. I'm working on damn vacuum cleaners. Working on vacuum cleaners every day. I'm not sure I can do it, man. Especially smelling other people's dog hairs and butt hairs and everything else. Ah, okay. So there is that button that we put the tape in. So I'm gonna back that up. And I'm going to get that thing in there, and I'm going to get that one tight, because that's the only screw that goes in that. Now that button can go nowhere. Now it's going to be just a job remembering where all the screws went. Another little trick, you know, before you put on a piece of plastic, count the damn holes in it. See how many holes it's got in it. And so you can see how many screws you're going to have to install when you put that piece of plastic on. So we had 4. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4 still missing the screw. And also, let's say it's got 6 holes in it. You may have 4 that screws go to hold it to, and the others may be through holes. But you can look and see if the screw leaves a rub mark where it's tightened down, so you know that's a way to identify if it's just a through hole or if it's actually a hole that holds something. Okay. All the screws on this thing was the exact same size. That is a blessing. If not, you have to worry about getting the right screw in the right hole. Back.